Uh, Hello my lovely Padawans and welcome to my Invasion of Chaos set deck profile. The usual stuff, just newer cards than the previous set. So, right off the bat, we're gonna cover the normal monsters. We've got one Mad Dog of Darkness, one Blaziken Patchy, 3 Sea Serpent Warriors of Darkness. That's actually a really dope card. Then for the main, well, not the main cards, but for the effect monsters, we have one Ryukaki, one Chaos Sorcerer. I'm not gonna read all the effects and stuff. I'm just, you can do that on your own. Then 2 copies of Berserk Gorilla, which is a really good level 4 2000 attack monster. The only thing is that it needs to attack. It must attack definitely if it's able. Then 3 copies of Gigantus, which is one of those special types of monsters that how you have to banish the certain the same type of monster, no, not type, but the same attribute of monster to special summon it or whatever. It's a nice one, and when it's sent to the graveyard by battle, you destroy all the spell and trap cards from the field, which is like a heavy storm upon death. So 1 copy of Drillago, which is a pretty neat card as well, and 1 copy of Hyper Hammerhead, which is a really good card, as you will see in my deck battle. Then 1 copy of Fenrir, which is also a nice level 4 beast. It's I don't know. It's one of those cards that you have to pretty much one of those cards to special summon it. You need to banish other monsters from your graveyard. In this case, you need to banish 2 war monsters. And what's special about Fenrir is that whenever you destroy a monster with it, your opponent skips their next draw phase, which is flipping awesome. Then 3 copies of YGO Lizard. It is just a kind of a generic flip monster. Pretty much you target a monster on your opponent's side of the field, and you return that target to the hand. Pretty much like Hane, but this one actually has a decent attack. 1400. You can use it for other shit. Then 2 copies of Balloon Lizard. Now that's that's a really fun card. Pretty much for as long as this card remains on the field, right? For each of your standby phases, it gets a counter. So when this card leaves the field, you burn your opponent for each of the tokens it has multiplied by 400. So if it goes back to the field for with 5 counters, right? You burn your opponent for 2000 damage. So 2 of these, and it also has an okay-ish defense, 1900. That's not bad. Then 1 copy of Prickle Fairy. It's the effect is not why I put it, but the 2000 defense. Then one of the main monsters of this deck is the Grand Maju da Asa. There are really nice modern decks with this card, but in this deck isn't that, But pretty much the attack and defense of this monster are 400 multiplied by each of your removed from play cards. So yeah. Then 1 copy of Crimson Ninja. You destroy a trap card. Then 2 copies of Chaos Necromancer, which is the other gimmicky kind of main monster of the deck. It's similar to the Grand Maju da Asa, but for this one you need monsters in your graveyard, and for each monster this card gains 300 attack. So if you have 10 monsters in your graveyard and summon Chaos Necromancer, it's gonna be 3000, like pretty much like a Blue-Eyes White Dragon. Then for spells we've got 1 Stray Lambs, 1 Thunderclash, which is actually it can be a game changer or a game ender for your opponent. 1 Reload, 2 copies of Heart of the Underdog. I got 2 of them. They can work with these guys only though, but it's useful. Then 1 copy of Soul Absorption. Now that's that's a nice little spell card. Pretty much you get 500 life points for each banished card. Then 1 copy of Recycle. You can recycle cards with it. 1 Destruction Ring, 1 Energy Drain, 1 Fiend's Hand Mirror, 1 Zero Gravity, 1 Compulsory Evacuation Device, 1 Curse of Darkness, 1 Tower of Babel, and last but not least, 1 copy of the Cursed Seal of the Forbidden Spell. So that's my Invasion of Chaos deck. It's a really nice set. I really love the cards that are in this set, and some of them are actually used to this day. You can sometimes see Chaos Sorcerer. You can definitely see Grand Mago de Aza, or at least I've seen it recently. You can definitely see Stray Lambs, and Compulsory Evacuation Device is kind of a staple or something. As for the other cards, well, it depends on personal preference, but they're all really great. Not competitive, not by a long shot, but really, really great. So I hope you enjoyed this deck profile, my lovely Padawans and fans of Yu-Gi-Oh! Alike, and I'll see you in the next one.